Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa. Back to tell you about a wonderful event. It is sold out, but the good news is it's still a great cause that we want to share with you. And International Women's Day is being celebrated on March 8th, and our next guests have a sold-out event to tell us about and why they are doing it. Jennifer Clark joins us. She is the founder of Ottawa Soul Sisters networking group. How are you?
How are you?
Excellent,
Good to see you again.
Good to see you as well. We also have Cynthia Waldmeyer. She is with Amethyst Women's Addiction Center. Welcome to the show,
Thank
Cynthia.
you.
Always a pleasure having you here. And Jennifer, you decided to get this networking group together because you wanted to do something different when it came to bringing people together. Explain what that was.
Yeah, in 2006, I was sort of out there in my professional community trying to network and connect, and I was finding it was hard for me to move into circles. I didn't qualify for certain ones that needed a certain level of professional history under your belt. I was too young. Other circles, I wasn't really feeling connected with the women there. It was hard to get into the circles. They were the same women. It was hard for me to find a space and find community. So basically, I'm the type of girl that just makes things happen. So I just created my own. And 2006, we had 60 people on Elgin Street at the Fox and the Feather. On March 8th, we have 150 women. And only because the room is too small, I can't have any more. So we need to get a bigger room. And so there's a marginalized community in Ottawa that is feeling that they need to connect, they want to share, they want to support other associations, but they want an authentic place to make real connections. So our tagline is Real Women for Real Change.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's a great tagline.
Very cool.
And it's open to men. We opened this
You've
event
opened the doors to men as
like
well.
Like you and Mr. George, the divine man, the man that wants to support woman in her evolution. So we didn't want to be a feminist event, and I'm not knocking it. It's just, for me, there's two people on the planet, there's two sexes, we got to get along, and it's about sharing and caring and understanding the role of women in life, and that's why Amethyst House was a very logical choice for us to support as our focus charity.
Well, men play an important role in life
men.
as well.
We need women, we need men, we need both.
Well, and I think even in some of the issues that you discuss at Amethyst Women's Addiction Center, Cynthia, is that this is about supporting with everybody, and it takes a village, as they say.
Exactly. Right? So for those who don't know, Amethyst is a women's only addiction day treatment center. We're actually the first of our kind. We opened 35 years ago, so this is our 35th anniversary this year. So obviously International Women's Day is a very important event for us, and we couldn't be more thrilled to be partnering with you to be celebrating International Women's Day and hearing from some great women and actually a great man on this panel.
So we have Pete Bernard, the Algonquin medicine man, who specializes in healing addictions, Kathy Donovan about inspiring change, and Catherine Dines, a mom blogger and a radio personality that's all about change. The Women's Day theme for the across the world is inspiring change. Right. So that's our focus. Amethyst, the name, represents change and transformation. The color purple is change and transformation. The stone is about change and transformation. So the whole theme is about getting the community together to make the changes happen whatever world we need.
And that's kind of part of International Women's Day as well. It's a lot about looking back and celebrating how far we've come. I mean, International Women's Day has been celebrated for over 100 years now, so it's been in place for a while. But it's also, as you were saying, it's looking at women's roles for the future and how we can continue to move things forward in the name of progress.
Well, let's talk a little bit about how you help people, Cynthia, because you help in a lot of different ways. You have different programs and services. What do you offer at Amethyst?
Right. So we help women who are struggling with addiction to substance, alcohol, people who struggle with problem gambling, survivors of sexual abuse, and we do have programs in both French and English. We constantly have waiting lists for our programs, and we always are in need of more funding because there's clearly demand in this city. So that's where organizations like yours that help raise money and attention for causes like ours are so incredibly important, so we can make sure to help the women and their families. Like you were saying, this is a family situation. It's not just impacting the woman, but her children, her spouse, her partner. So, it's very important to us.
It's interesting that, anyone who has grown up with a mom knows when a mom got sick in a house, things kind of just didn't happen. And as a new mom and a business leader and a community member and a TV person, I'm like, whoa. And I don't have a nanny. I don't, I live a very, middle class life. I don't know how my mom did it. I don't know how my aunt did it with 5 kids, an immigrant, and running a business in the glebe and having all this stuff. I'm having a problem with one, and I would be considered healthy. And so I can't imagine having a real issue that you have to face, you know, emotional, mental, physical, moral, you know, anything, and then having to get through the day. So I have compassion as a working mom, as a community leader, that we all need to help everybody get through. You know, and everyone's our problem, because it either becomes something that gets, you know, we get taxed for, or it becomes sort of a social in the schools. It's everywhere right now, and so we just have to move forward in a, you know, community.
And that's what we say at Amethyst. A healthy woman is a healthy mom, a healthy family, and a healthy community. So we're all about that, and hopefully this event goes well, and I know it will.
We have 150 people, so it's going to be
well, and sold out. And as you
sold
said,
out.
probably more if you had a bigger
if I had
space.
a bigger room.
But perhaps this is something that will grow into something bigger and better
Hopefully,
each and every year.
Absolutely.
Cynthia, I think a lot of people have a misconception of who comes to see you as well, and the circumstances that they find themselves in. Can you just talk a little bit about that and maybe destroy some of those myths?
Yeah, some of the myths, absolutely. I mean, you're absolutely right. A lot of people may think, you know, the average woman who's struggling with an addiction may be someone who's uneducated, someone who's living on the streets, and, you know, that is a reality for some people. But we also see a lot of women who have university educations, who are in, you know, solid family lives. But this is something that you look at someone and you may think, oh, I can tell what's going on beneath the surface, but you never know what's happening. And we see that all the time. So I think that's the main thing. You know, if you know a woman in your life, a sister, a friend, a spouse who you think might need the assistance, please give us a call, 613-563-0363, or visit our website, amethyst-ottawa.org. And you can learn a lot more about our programs that way.
Absolutely. How far are you?
I'm 3 weeks away.
3 weeks away. Look at you. You're glowing. And Jennifer, if
Thank
people
you.
want to get involved with your networking group,
Yes,
what's
so
the
we're
best way?
on Facebook, Ottawa Soul Sisters Networking Group. If that's too hard to find, you can go to Jennifer Clark, me, and then find it through my channels.
Excellent.
There.
Ladies, thanks so much
Thank you.
for joining
Thank
us. I
you.
really appreciate it. And happy International
Yes,
Women's Day
Thank
to
you very much.
Don't go away. We're talking about the Royal Ottawa Inspiration Gala, another sold-out show. Event that's happening, but it celebrates some incredible, inspirational people here in our community. We're going to introduce you to one of those right after this. Don't go anywhere. Here's a look at this week's music calendar. Matt Anderson's narrative-driven writing cuts through the soul, blending blues